One, two, 1, 2. Sorry, smacking the mic there. Sorry, Mike. What up, Jeff? Yeah. Carl Casey on the track there, Reptile. Yeah, for all you reptoids out there. There's Juliana. We got people up. That's what's up. I'm up too. Stringers are out. Live webcams are rolling. Seen some new Bigfoot reports in on the mapping site, so we'll check that out as well. We're just going to kick back for a bit. Do your thing. Get some rest if you need. Hang out if you'd like. Bring your snacks. Bring your pets. Yeah. How was everyone's Easter? We had a fun one. We had to switch gears. 420 event got moved to VIP over at Ma Duke's house. So Bob Lizard tunes. Yeah. I like that. Is it night off for Jeff? I hope so. I actually got a day off. Yeah. It was nice. A lot happening though. I seen by the shop, we've been keeping up with these chases, trying to keep up with these chases. There's actually one going on now out towards the valley. Got AXN News on. Chasing Reality is on also. Covering the streets of Los Angeles live. And yeah, we'll tap in there. There was so the shop, our shop, Sky's the Limit smoke shop / skate shop and more. Yeah. It's right on the border of East LA, Boyle Heights. I mean, literally Indiana, the street is what divides it. So it's right there. And there was a chase there earlier today. We'll check that out. Sounded pretty serious. And what else would we got? Let's see. Yeah, all types of madness going on out there. We'll inform you with all that. And let's see. Jeff saying something about teleporting. Just wrapping up your yesterday up, grabbing dogs and heading to the casa. All right. Cool. That's Juliana. Are we teleporting with her? Right on. Yeah, take us up there, Juliana. I want to be up there. I think about it. Next time we'll be there physically. I'll just pull up to the farm. I know exactly where it's at. That's funny. Let's see. Jeff says, what about what rag? You want one? Which one? This one right here? Yeah, I got these wraps, different color ones. It's not a full wrap. It's actually just like top part here. Helps to hold everything in place. Is that the rag you're talking about? Not sure. We'll see what Jeff says, but Yeah, let's see what else. Quite a bit. Yeah, some more. We'll get into some squatchy stuff here. Sundays is STM day, and they premiered a very interesting documentary. They get more into the whole Sierra Kill situation. And Juliana, have you tapped into that yet? The whole Sierra Kills. They've been getting into it. Past few small town monster documentaries, and today they premiered another one, and they were talking about Bart, the homie Bart Coutinho. Yeah, salute to Bart, a ninja in the field. Been out with him a few times up in the Bluff Creek areas and a few other spots, actually. Luckily, and yeah, so he was showing his thermal footage that I heard a lot about, never got to see it, and finally they did a whole thing on it, this documentary. So yeah, very interesting stuff. I recommend it. Did share that out in the posts. And I always mention that I hardly ever see anyone I know in their chat is like a whole bunch of other people. There's a few friends that I recognize there, but salute to Diesel in the house, always on Wody watch. You getting out there, Diesel? Things melt away your way. Things starting to get green. Things are greening up around here. It's nice. And so, yeah, the thermal footage, very interesting footage. And it reminds me a lot of kind of the thermal situation we had out here. And I was hanging with the boys, my nephews today earlier, and we're talking about heading back up the mountain to try to pinpoint, do another follow up, try to really pinpoint where the thermal footage was, and maybe, yeah, do some of the things we said we were going to do, try to figure out the tree, do some size comparisons, maybe throw my big nephew in there and see how he looks, try to figure out the distance, all those things you should do on a follow up. And it's interesting. We'll be taking some tips also from the documentary that I'm talking about because they really went into, yeah, they even featured the guy Para Breakdown. If you know him on YouTube, he does a lot of Bigfoot videos and different types of videos like that, but mainly Bigfoot. And he even popped out on the documentary, and yeah, it's a good one. I think in my book, check it out. And it just makes you wonder about the whole Sierra kill situation. Yes, they did, Jeff. That was and I've been really talking about those a lot. It's the whole Southern California series. And you could include these Sierra episodes. I guess that would be more central. I guess you could split them up, northern, central, and southern California. But that's kind of, on the borders of, I guess, both North and Southern Cali, depending on what side of the Sierras you're on there. But yeah, the Buena Park Bigfoot that Jeff's talking about here, that's the Knott's Berry Farm case, right? And I was talking about Knott's Berry Farm earlier today with my niece because she made some delicious blueberry jam. She baked some bread, and they made some butter on the spot there too, which was, yeah, I don't know how they went about all that, but everything she made was by hand, which she's been doing lately, like bake a lot of baked goods, and she made some kimchi as well. She's been doing a lot of pickling and stuff like that. So she's been getting down. So salute to her, much love to her. And so the jam was amazing. And then I was talking to her about, because I had heard Instagram, and it was talking about how Knott's Berry Farm got started. And I gotta fact check this because they were mentioning that, yeah, the Knotts family, they had an actual there's a whole story. I think there's something about chickens and then the berry farm. And I believe they said that that's where the Logan berry came from, which I thought was like, whoa, because the Loganberry, yeah, when I was up north, berries, everywhere. Get the wild, the what is it, the Himalayan ones, big ones, and but then there's these other berries that my boy had on his land. He had raspberry, blueberries, but he had these Logan berries, which are they're long and amazingly delicious. And so yeah, I was like, whoa, then those came from down here, like trip out. And so yeah, that's we're having a talk about knots, but yeah, they said that the Bigfoot came down. They were speculating, and I forget Homeboy's name. He was actually in this documentary as well. He's up in Washington, part of the Olympic project. Trying to download his name. He's the more serious, very serious dude. They're all pretty serious actually, but yeah, he lived out here in Southern California, did some Bigfoot stuff out here, which is cool. Actually, several of those guys have. And he was mentioning that that whole what is it, the Santa Ana River? It goes up to like I believe it starts at like somewhere up in Big Bear Lake and then makes its way all the way down to the ocean. And then I guess it goes by Buena Park there. And so they were thinking that maybe they just follow that the Santa Ana River. Very interesting. It's a throwback case, and yeah, that'd be trippy. Actually, someone, Tina C, sent me. Maybe she'll give me permission to share it. But she was at Knott's, I believe, not too long ago, like really not too long ago. And she sent me the picture just the other day, and it was a Sasquatch wood carving, and she took a cool picture with it. Big shout out to her for sharing that. She's been sharing quite a few things. And then also, what is it? Where's Bigfoot Rapids? Is that also at Knott's? If I'm not mistaken, right? And I remember writing that way back in the day when I was a kid. It's been a long time. I can't even remember the last time I've been to Knott's, but they had the Bigfoot Rapids, and supposedly William Jevening, the Bigfooter, and we've shared his channel out. And if you look up his name, William Jevening Bigfoot, I'm sure his channel will pop up. I don't follow his channel too like hardcore, but I get his notifications and everything. And anytime I see something that pop out at me, I'll dive in just because I'm going through so much stuff. I need to catch up with a lot of his interviews. He's got a lot of information. He knows a lot about the whole Patterson Gimlin situation. Um, so yeah, interesting dude there in the world of Bigfoot. And so I heard he helped design Bigfoot Rapids. Yeah, he's talked about that. Some redwood action in there. I even forget, but I remember parts of it from when I wrote it, and it was fun. And yeah, gotta check it out. So is that still running? Maybe someone's written it recently. And Jeff saying Knott's Berry Farm was literally just a shack. Yeah, the boysenberry was created in Orange County. Oh, boysenberry. But they mentioned something about Loganberry too, I think. I have to check that out. I think I did save that Insta post. But yeah, yes, boysenberry, and they're making pies and stuff. One amazing pie that I had up on uh the my boy's land I was talking about, because he had lavender patches too. One time the girls made uh all from scratch too, blueberries from the land there. Blueberry lavender pie. Amazing. I'll keep talking about that pie. Yeah, what else did they have there? Montezuma's Revenge. You ever had that, Jeff? Anyone ever had that on on a trip to Mexico? Anyone know what that is? I got it one time, pretty bad. Well, twice. And I remember one time it was from having that tejuino. And you know, tejuino is that there's a guy near the shop, right at the corner of the shop, right on Indiana, and he sells these drinks, and it's good. But I believe it was tejuino. Yep. And I was young, and I had it, and ooh, bad reaction. And then one time when I was older, passing through Mexico, we got some aguas, which is aguas there are like, and you know, water. You got to be careful, but yeah, they're like they make different waters out of different fruits and stuff. Anyway, bad reaction, bad choice on that one. And it was because my queen was like, "Oh, let's go have a drink." We got some of these fruit waters and not good. I'll end that story there. But yes, all right. We're riding straight into Bigfoot talk here. Might as well pull up these reports right quick. What else is Jeff saying about? Let's see, Orange County. It was just fields. Yeah, 100. Yeah, there was a lot of farming out here. Yeah, I've seen some old pictures, but I bet those old world buildings were around. That's for sure. Probably edit those out of those pictures. And let's pull up this map right quick. Where you at? Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, we've been having fun with this one here. Bigfoot mapping project. We'll pull this up here. There's a map. And we can see some new dots. Could anyone tell where the new dots are? Let's see. We did this one in the Sierras, California. We did Denver, the one near Denver recently. This past stream, we touched this one in Texas. Also, this one in where was it? Yeah, Missouri. This one here. We touched the one in Wisconsin. So the two new ones that I'm seeing are the East Coast. Looks like New York again. And is that Massachusetts? Looks pretty near to Boston. Could still be in New York. We'll see. We'll zoom in there, take a look, and see what they're saying. All right, let's click on this New York one here. Looks like central New York. The last one we seen out of New York is like southeast. And this one here, let's see. Oh, it's a real throwback, 1952. And it says it's a 10 footer. So 6/19/1952, 4 a.m. Height 10 feet. Sex male. Must have seen something. no vocalization. And it says, describe your encounter. And it says, Boy Scout Troop. Maybe they mean Boy Scout Troop. Saw large male watching them while cleaning up campsite. Yeesh. They didn't see any young, no footprints, no wood knocks, no additional comments. They didn't put in the color either. So you do get these old reports. So it just must have been submitted, I want to say yesterday. And we're going to really zoom in here. Let's see. Boom. So you can see Syracuse is pretty close by there. And Morrisville seems to be the nearest town. And there's actually a couple of them here. This is another one from 1993. It says 9-footer male. Seen male cross road. Typical, right? And driving at night. Road cross sighting. Dark brown. All right. Go New York. A lot of people don't think of New York of being a place of Bigfoot activity, but hey, I heard, what is it, Whitehall? Touch on the Adirondacks. Some say Long Island as well. Let's see this one, trying to figure out what state this is here. Right on the border of Maine and Massachusetts, it seems like. All right, more on the Massachusetts side. We're going to click on it, see what it tells us. All right. 5/15/2022. Not too long ago. No height, no sex, no vocalization. And this is we'll do a bit of reading there. Trail manager for the Little River Trail System for the city of Newburyport was traversing the trail that runs from near the city's capped landfill that runs eventually into the commercial district much higher level. Received a powerful stench like a combination of wet diapers and urine. Oof. Then about 100 yards off the trail, someone was beating the hell out of a large tree with loud knockings. I tried to see who was doing it, but the brush was too thick. Whoever was doing it was also throwing rocks, so I was discouraged getting close. The trail system is wedged between the commercial district and Route 95, so often bearers passing through move on as area does not have sufficient food sources for them, and I believe if this was Bigfoot, they probably were just passing through. So yeah, wood knocks, yes. No additional information there. And there you have it. Couple of new reports. There's Maggie bringing in some tacos and burritos, it looks like. Yeah, Maggie, what up? And who else we have here? See someone else in the chat. There's Scott. Scott B. How you be? And is that the battle there? Trying to pull up his comment. What's up, Riverside? The software's been, I don't know if it's tripping. Like in the intro, I have to there's a couple clips that I use, my intro and then the disclaimer first. And so I try to they let me transition it by clicking on the next video, and that's been like hiccuping lately. So I don't know what's up with that. And even right there we go. Now there's the battle. Right on, Scott. Good to hear. Hope everyone enjoyed the Sunday, the 420 Easter Sunday. All right. So a couple of reports off the Bigfoot mapping project there. Thank you to them. And I am keeping an eye on a couple of things here. Whoa. Apparently not knocking the phone over there. Oh yeah. Whoops. Uh-oh. All right. Trying to pull up YouTube over on the iPad here. Checking to see what else is happening out there. But yeah, we got, let's see. Let's go take a look at Catalina right quick. They got some Easter lights going on. Looks pretty cool. Last time we seen a bunch of green lights. I don't know if City Hall lit up green. Last year they did for 420. Maybe they went on the Easter theme as well. But it looks pretty cool. I like how they did that. Let's see here. Peep that out. There's the old casino. There's OGG. Oh, you didn't want to interrupt? No, please do. We're just chilling here. And OGG, I believe I'm supposed to do. Hope you enjoyed your Sunday. Andy asked me to come on Alienate UK, right? And it's supposed to be this morning at 8 a.m. But I don't know if he knows if I'm on Pacific. I haven't heard from him. He was, I believe, supposed to send me a link. And it's been happening lately. He's like, "Oh, can you come on this week?" It's been like 4 times already. And then I don't know. I try to make it pretty flexible for everyone, so I didn't mind when he was canceling or whatever. He's been doing quite a bit of transitions on his channels, I believe, on his channel. And but luckily he's always got guests and stuff, so it's not a problem for me. But yeah, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be a go later this morning or not. But I will be setting my alarm. I'll probably be wearing the same thing. It's a little I usually get up around that time, but I am taking tomorrow off. So we're gonna try to get in the rhythm of taking Mondays off now from the shop. Yeah, to give us a break. Yeah, we've been doing 7 days a week for quite a bit, and yeah, we need some time to recharge and recalibrate, and do me, do you. Right on. To bring your snacks. If not, Maggie's got tacos and burritos. And for those that don't know, this is beautiful Catalina Island. Yeah, just off the coast of Southern California here. Channel Islands, a UFO hotspot. So keep an eye out for any USOs. To me, USOs are UFOs. Maybe some just don't have the capabilities of going into water, But I feel like a lot of people are maybe like separating, like, oh yeah, USOs are a whole other thing, and kind of separate it from UFO or UAP or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, I think it's the same. A lot of them are the same objects that could submerge themselves. What you laughing at, Maggie? Yeah, so we had a good time today. The kids had an Easter egg hunt and did the whole thing, music, food. We don't really, I mean, it's more about family for us when it comes to holidays and everything. We take advantage of it, and it's time to get together and have some fam time. That's how we get down. And let's see what else is happening out in SoCal. All right, is this Mount Wilson? Let's see, Mr. Wilson, where are you? Here we go. And a thank you to Fox for letting us take a peek at their cams. We went for day trip to the beach, y'all. Whoop whoop. It was really hot for this time of year. Nice. We like the beach here. Y'all turn it up. Yeah, I was speaking of the beach. There was a stabbing I was seeing at Santa Monica Beach. Santa Monica has been just pretty bad lately. But it was late night, youngsters. Even we would go out there late night. You just never know, groups of young people go out there late, and you never know what part of the city they're from or what their state of mind is. And you could run into trouble. Yeah, it happens. Sucks. Then towards Long Beach, they found some remains recently, or what they appeared to be human remains. That's just coastal news. I'm telling you, you got to watch out there. So yeah, we'll see if the little interview pops off tomorrow. It'd be cool. Love talking to the peeps out in the UK. Much love to everyone out there. And there was several Bigfooters that were coming in pretty hot for a minute there, a few years back. And I don't know, it seemed like things kind of calmed down with people like sharing videos from stuff out there. Every once in a while, I still see some things coming from the UK, but Bigfoot related. What else? Some idiot went around downtown cutting down trees with a chainsaw. That happened this weekend. Some dude on a bike, they said, and a chainsaw. Telling you. Mm. How do you not get busted for that? Like chopping trees. I'm sure it was loud. No one no one reported it. Or I'm sure maybe even someone did report it. Probably they just couldn't get to it. Who knows? But that sucks. Poor trees. Hopefully they'll be able to like maybe replant some new ones or something. Could they do it like that? Yep. Los Angeles, I'm telling you. It's nonstop. Speaking of stop, we'll stop this here. Pop on out and take a view of some other parts of California while we're here. I'm pulling up several of these live cams. Oh, yeah, really quick. So I've been messing with the music quite a bit lately, right? And when you're DJing, cutting, scratching, we've shown a little display of scratching and stuff here. There's the crossfader, which lets you play either side of whatever you're using, turntables, CDJs. It's the little middle crossfader part that you move back and forth. So when you're scratching, I mean, there's other ways of scratching, but that's the main way to you make scratching effects and stuff like that. Do little tricks. That crossfader plays a big role, and we've been showing DJ Qbert um, some of his website. We've been showing, and then some of the stuff he does. And they came out. I got a notification today of this new little because that's the main thing that you want to practice, keep your hands warm, your fingers at the ready, because if not, then you got, for me, I got to kind of warm up, when you're doing anything. I would imagine I see, pitchers keep their hands warm and stuff in cold, especially if you're in cold weather, the hands, the fingers stiffen up and stuff, and you got to keep them at the ready. And so they came out with these you know what fidget spinners are, right? It's these little things, these like toy little things that you could hold in between two fingers. We actually have some, and you spin it around, and they spin around and stuff. I actually have one for gifting Bigfoot. Yeah, we got these fidget spinners. I keep one in my little gifting package for the Sasquatch. Haven't left one out yet, but it's my intention. I think they'd have fun with that one. But we're gonna check here and see what DJ Qbert's coming out with or came out with. Super excited about it. Let's see here. Where are you? Here it is. So it's this is the website, Thud Rumble. Also the name of the YouTube channel. Or you could look up djqbert.com. And yeah, they have all types of DJ gear for you, clothing, music, digital music. And they have these fidget faders, limited edition. This one's the Beetle logo. Practice faders. Jesse Dean Designs. I don't know who Jesse Dean. Must be a bad DJ. Or who is. We're going to have to look into who Jesse Dean is. There's a scratch seal there. And so, yeah, I think this is super cool. So you have these little portable fidget fader that you could keep your fingers ready to cut. And we'll check this out really quick. So they're $36.99, and they come in all flavors here. You can see a few flavors right here. I think it's got a little keychain ring also. We'll go through the different designs here. Look, glow in the dark one. Got the glow in the dark fader button or And again, his logo is like the top of a needle, a turntable needle, but it's also an insect. Not sure what it is. It a bee? Yeah, I think it's a bee because it's a bee because see the shape of the logo there? It makes me think bee. Fidget faders, y'all. Or maybe you just like to fidget with things. Maybe you could get one of these faders. Keep your fingers moving. So yeah, I'll be getting one of these, hopefully. Gotta save a few bucks and make a choice on which one of these. They're all pretty cool looking. And yeah, anyone ever tried DJing? Do you know what I mean about the crossfader? I could show you really quick. Let's see. Stop sharing there. And we'll pull up this software I've been using. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? We could go here. Gotta make myself smaller. The dwarf is gonna shrink himself further here. Un segundo. Boom. We're gonna pull that up. Nope. Shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna do it like this. Boom. There we go. And I was talking about calibration earlier. Dang it, where are you? So we're gonna do this. I had to calibrate my mixer here. Yeah, some of the knobs and yep, just like some of the knobs here were out of whack, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was like, dang, something I must have done something. Couldn't figure it out, and finally I was like, all right, and I was like, dude, you need to calibrate this thing. So I got the calibration going finally, and we were able to fix the issue there. All right, let's see. Are we? There I am. So how are we gonna do this? I need to be able to see myself. Let me drag this over. There we go. Voila. Finally. Got it. So here you can see the crossfader that I'm talking about. I'm moving it on the mixer over here. You're seeing it virtually. So when you're scratching and cutting, you'll hear a lot of this tick, which to me it's pretty soothing. It's a soothing sound for those that maybe aren't cutting and doing the scratching. Maybe it'll get annoying, but yeah, good mixers have a nice little tick to it, and it feels good when you move it back and forth. In case you're not knowing what we're talking about here, this is the crossfader there. And so when I calibrated everything, I was able to finally see I can move my highs, my lows now. And when it's not calibrated, all these things move on their own, and you try to adjust them and they would go back to where they were. It was pretty annoying. But yeah, we got it going now. So happy about that. Yeah, sometimes these things happen. Camera, I'm over here. It's going whack. The camera does that. But yeah, so fidget fader. Come on now. And yeah, still dabbling with the software here, having fun with it. And a lot of times I want to like do a little live display and stuff, but I kind of get a little shy. But we'll be having those some sets coming eventually. I got to figure out the whole copyright thing because I know there is DJs out there that are playing on TikTok a lot. Actually, you see a lot of people playing music live, and I don't know if they're keeping those lives up and how they're going about it. Maybe they don't keep their lives up. Maybe they just delete it afterwards, and maybe there's no issue after that. But I wonder how they're getting across like the copyright stuff. And even today, I seen one of my uh, DJs that I follow, DJ Vadim. He was spinning a set today on YouTube live, and yeah, it'd be cool to figure that out. Also, like on Be Real TV, they do DJ sets. Actually they used to do DJ sets on that channel. They do it's a podcast, and it's Be Real from Cypress Hill. They have all types of guests, interesting guests on, and they smoke a whole lot too. Oh yeah, and they made a separate channel for the DJ because they were having issues with the DJ sets. So they made a separate channel and they usually go live after right after the show, the podcast, onto the next channel and do the DJ sets there. And they did that to protect the other channel since they were getting flagged for stuff. And yeah, it's gets a little complicated with the copyrights and stuff. Um, I've heard of also even people that produce their own music and they use it and then they'll get dinged, flagged for it. But I think what happens also, like when I use this copywritten music, um, or that it's copyright free, excuse me, they still flag it, but when you look into it, it says that it doesn't impact the channel. So yeah, I don't know. It gets a little weird. Like I say, you gotta watch out. Let's see here. And I was also going to mention, since we're talking about crossfaders, this particular one on this mixer here, which is the Native Instruments, the Tractor Control S8, which is super cool, super fun. I've had this for quite a while. The fader on this compared to the other mixer I have, where I have it set up with the turntables at the shop, um, that mixer, the crossfader on that is a lot more butter, baby. And I mean, it's just a lot looser, which that's how you want it. You want it really loose. And so you could, move it back and forth a lot easier. And comparing it to this one on the S8, so the mixer at the shop is also a tractor control, but that one's the Z2. And the crossfader on this one, I would compare it to describe it. Um, it feels the one on the S8 here feels like a weighted piano key. So it's a lot heavier, but it still moves pretty buttery, not bad. And this S8 is not fully like made for scratching, but it's possible. It's way different again than using the turntables. Since these are just like decks, doesn't have that. I was describing, I think, the other night. There's the turntable. They're magnetic. You know, there used to be turntables with belts, and there's magnetic ones, and the ones I have are magnets. And so there's this like almost like a resistance when you're scratching, and that's perfect for like doing tricks and all this stuff that we're the turntablism. And yeah, so there, you totally do not have that when you're scratching with these decks here. So there's like, yeah, a whole other feel to it. So it makes it a little more difficult to do stuff, but you know, with practice, uh, definitely get it going. I seen there's this Instagram of this guy, or actually no, it was on YouTube, I think, too, and it was at the Nam show, and this guy was scratching with cassette decks somehow. It was amazing. It's like, whoa. What's also cool is that they have these little portable turntables. We showed them at the Nam show as well. And you could bring them along with you and practice scratching on those. Some are made for scratching. And or you could take them like record shopping. Some record stores will let you actually play records and stuff. And so you could take it with you to go listen to stuff on the spot there. Yeah, some DJs, hardcore DJs will do that. All right, a little music talk there. And let's see, how do we get out of here? Boom, there we go. What's up, Rafa? I seen you pop in earlier, brother. Good to see you. Hopefully, you're still here hanging out. Sorry, I'm going down different rabbit holes here. And maybe we should pull up some of the stringers. We're at a scene here, and let's check this out. We got something going on. Go ahead and pull up AXN News. So, a viewer discretion be advised. Never know. Let's see. Boom. All right. Well, while we're here, if anyone was listening earlier, that's the Small Town Monsters documentary from earlier today. I always dig their thumbnails, so check it out. And then there's DJ Qbert. We were talking about him a little earlier. That's the guy that put out the fidget fader. So if you like DJs, he's one you should have on your list there. And he does, he does a lot of teaching on his channel, which is super cool. So you're learning from the master himself. And let's pull up AXN. Where are you at, AXN? This is Cali Fields. Cali Field here is in Bakersfield. And I was asking someone in chat the last time they were in Bakersfield. I was like, hey, is Bakersfield really the armpit of California? And someone else said, no, LOL. You're like, Fresno is. uh, whoa. I was like, could go both ways, right? No offense to our Central Cali. Well, some say Bakersfield is like SoCal, but yeah, no, nothing but love. Heck, we're in LA here. People call it all types of stuff. It's the AXN.
It's 2700 something.
Let's put the big screen here.
Robert Street, Wilmington,
California. 48th and Hoover, person struck by vehicle.
Black over Brown, 506, 230, EOB of 10:30.
Happened like 20 minutes ago. So the person was transported.
Okay, Roger. Hollywood and Olympic clear.
In critical condition. They think the person is an A or K injury.
Welcome.
K meaning
How was your Easter?
Death. A meaning severely
Hope you had a
injured.
blast. And there's Scully Pop. What up, Scully Pop? Seen your message earlier. It's like Bigfoot. I'm like, yo, Scully.
Right, drive incident 3757 RD 1725.
Too as well there, Scully Pop. Not sure how you get down for Easter.
To the other side.
We did the family thing.
I don't know. They closed. They taped off the whole block, so I don't know where it happened.
Yeah, I got a lot of.
I think it was a hit and run.
Nephews, nieces.
Cop was asking me for information.
It's always a good time.
I don't know anything.
It was a pool party. Easter egg hunt.
I don't think anybody here. I don't know if all these people were out here in the street.
Popping off on this scene here.
I know that the unit 415 group fight. Mariposa and this street. Two left is fighting. No weapon seen. Platoon 1036 RD 2025.
South LA somewhere.
2858. No one in TIC.
Nobody wants to say nothing.
Looks like they're headed to another scene. Let's see here.
Possibly already been handled.
We're gonna go to the other side. See if there's signs of any trauma.
Post and fifth and shows her. 53, Roger. 6067, have you arrived?
Don't look good. Like I said, quite a lot happening just locally here. So much that I probably won't even get into that stuff. But we'll see what pops off here live tonight. Had a chase earlier, right by the shop. Missed that one. Of course, I wasn't there today, but yeah, it made the news. So, a lot of stuff that happens out here does not make the news.
This time.
And I'm sure it's like that in most places as well. But yeah, I'm surprised a lot of times when certain things happen, you'd think it would make the news, and it doesn't.
Thankfully,
even with the stringers, you could check out the stuff that they capture, and you'll see a lot of it doesn't or won't make the news. But then there's stuff, of course, like the bigger stuff that does happen, they'll cover.
Damn, 21 minutes.
They sell a lot of their footage. And there he goes buffering. Anywhere interesting. Yeah, buffering. Go ahead and check something else out.
We'll see if there's a real shooting.
1445, the appears to be stepping out. He said the vehicle is going to be a 2025 Ultra B Saran incident 0174.
Let's see where it is.
Two suspects of vehicle, girlfriend, my wife, 45 years, green shirt, and jeans, covers to the color, the photo, mother color, for additional protection, 1042, 645.
Oh, Western and Westmont, never mind. It's in San Pedro.
So he's already, it looks like, is this another scene here?
Oh no, there's even less stuff on this side.
Not sure if it's related to it looked like a short distance from the other side. Maybe he's on the other side or something.
We're here between 47th and 48th on Hoover.
It's got a pretty bad cob. People are mentioning possibly, maybe you should check for black mold. They're mentioning the sky farts too. He's out there all night.
Between 47th, 48th, and Hoover, where we believe there was a hit and run and a possible fatal injury from the hit and run. Well, the guy was in really bad shape and transported. So
Oof,
there's some
run,
type
not
of
good.
event going on.
Yeah,
Down here in
Scully
the
Pop, you
corner.
should. I'm sure there's maybe some New Orleans
I think it's a
streamers
restaurant.
out there. I know it'd be popping off out there. I hear. Never been to New Orleans, and had friends from out that way. It's weird. They
Los
had like
Angeles from
L.A. New
Western.
Orleans connection.
location at the Silver
And one time they brought
Oh,
me
yeah.
Sierra Requested PD.
a shirt from a beat
If you
beer.
should provide an address.
Yeah. Ever had a beat beer?
Thank you for that super chat.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
I'm sorry, man.
But
I'm
yeah.
hacking up a lung back here.
Told me a lot about stuff out that way.
I see 700.
Gene
like
Gray,
Haunted
thank you.
Train? Is it?
I said, hope all is well. Just heard the breaking news about the Pope passing
Beignets.
away. He was out and about for Easter today. Yeah, he died today?
Yeah, you should pull
I didn't know
maybe
that.
pull some of those cams up, Scully.
How old
I
is
see
he?
you be tapping into the Earth cams.
Rest in peace to the Pope.
Which is super cool. And yeah, more I've been finding more and more live webcams. And they're not
What a
all
day to
dark
die,
like
dude, on
this.
Easter.
And I like to check this just to see what's happening here locally.
He just had pneumonia, right? I thought he got over
Very
it.
much into some kind of bringing you along. So if I wasn't live, I'd still be doing this. So I'm just kind of hanging out, checked out some Bigfoot reports, talked a little Bigfoot there.
Thank you, Gene. I didn't hear about that. Did it just happen? Did it just come out of it?
Seeing what's popping off in the streets here in Southern California. Checked out Catalina Island really quick. Mount Wilson. And now we're in
Seems like there'd be something that would pop up. We're just gonna hang around here for a little bit.
I'm telling you, we'll see. Let me check out some of the other cameras. See what else we got pulled up here. I'll have to pause that one, so I'll do this. Let's see. Where'd you go? AXN. Yeah, it's still on. So let me find this right quick so I could stop it. Where are you? I'll go like this. Exit that. And I wonder if the tabs pull up for you on your end when I'm doing this. Not on your that. But there you are. It'll be a quicker way to pull up tabs, because if not, I go this whole other route where it takes me a little minute to find them. And I think I could actually just kind of slide through the tabs like I just did. I'll have to check out to see if that showed for you all out there. And a good night, good morning, happy rising to anyone coming in or out. Thank you, AXN. We might tap in with you in a little bit here. We'll see if anything else happens. Again, I have them live on the phone here and on the iPad as well. On the iPad, I should pull something else up. We'll pull up Bakersfield just to see what's popping. Whoa. All right. That was pretty loud. Forget I have that running through the audio face here too. All right. Yeah, navigating. We're navigating through this stream here. And I see the chat is frozen. Everyone probably took off. Like, yep, we gotta get some rest. It's all good. We're gonna keep on flowing here. Why not? Dogs are barking. So I'm thinking the coyotes are creeping. All right. Where are we going? Let's see. This is another pretty cool one. We can go around the world really quick while I gather my thoughts. Figure out where the heck. Oh, bummer. All right. Well, we're not doing that one. Damn. Where are you? We are baked, folks. Nicely. All right. We'll go to Yosemite right quick, see what's popping up in the high Sierras. And this one's an interesting cam because the other night I was checking it out and there was, I don't know if it was wind, maybe blowing debris and snow around. You could see some snow on the ground there. But I don't know, there was these other little objects within what looked like, I don't know, it looked like wind, ghostly looking wind. Yeah, almost looked like apparitions and stuff blowing through the view of the screen there. And I was like, hold up. I even took some video of it just to kind of go through it. And yeah, it looked pretty weird. We'll see if that happens tonight. Again, it could have been wind. I don't know. 8 a.m. my time. So are you confirming the interview later? Hopefully that's what that is, OGG. I appreciate that if so. But yeah, we're up at Yosemite National Park here. And, you know, anyone into the missing 411 topic, you should know that Yosemite is like a ground zero, right? It's where they say most of this phenomena is taking place. It seems like a lot of cases out of Yosemite. And, you know, the granite comes up. Is there portals up there? There's a spot called El Portal, meaning the portal in Spanish. Um, yeah, makes you wonder. Makes me wonder. Yeah, where are these people going? And been to Yosemite, what, maybe two, three times, but never done like hiking up in the back country or anything like that. Would love to do that. Take a few days at least, go explore some other places other than the valley floor, which the valley floor is cool. You gotta get to know that. But there's so much more. And yeah, you know, if you're again into rock climbing and you know, it's like a rock climber's paradise there. I don't know if I would do Half Dome. You know, it's got that the cables and stuff where you got to use the cables to get up. You know, people actually have fallen from that. I'm like, whoa, I don't know about that. And people go up there, you know, people do it. Um, Yeah, you got to time it also. Make sure you got the right weather. I was checking out a video. I think it was this guy explaining about getting up into that half dome area, being on the cables, and then a storm coming in. And the thing is, like, yeah, you don't want to be holding those cables and have, you know, lightning and stuff going off around you. It'd be bad news. Anyone been to Yosemite? Have you had any strange experiences in Yosemite? I'd love to hear about it. Today, I met a new friend who was hanging out with us in the family, and he actually spent quite a bit of time up in the Sierras near the Bishop area. And yeah, he didn't, we're talking about strange things and stuff like that. We didn't get into the missing 411 stuff, but we did talk Bigfoot a little bit. And yeah, he didn't experience anything strange up there. Not that he could remember. But I know there's a lot of it's like almost like a Shasta. All the strange stories about Shasta is like very similar. Yosemite. It's all that weird, strange stuff, different types of cryptids and see even right there, it seemed like a weird little flash there. Not sure if you've seen that. What was that? I was gonna switch cameras there, but we'll keep it rolling a little longer just to see if anything else happens. There he is. I see you. There's Andy. Andy to the office, please. Yeah, sorry, just had to take Bruno for his morning walk. Right on. And who is Bruno? I don't know. But hello to Bruno. And yeah, Andy, let me know. It's so I'm Pacific Standard Time here. So at the moment here it is about to be 1:30 a.m. Yes, sir. The office. But yeah, I'll be ready, man. Let me know if it's a go. And if it's not a go, it's no problem. I'm just glad I'm flexible like that and never offended or anything for cancellations. For me, it's like, oh yeah, like we got canceled. I go and pack a fat bowl and light it up and kick back. Like, all right, next time. I feel like yeah, I like to let things flow with the go and let things happen like that. I've learned to let go of things. Try not to control, we like a lot of people like to control stuff, right? Learning to let it flow. There goes my camera taking a break. Let's see. Following me? Yeah, so I'll get ready. We'll get ready for that. If it's a go, let me throw a 420. Let's see. Awesome. It's a go. Yeah, it's a go. All the way. And yeah, too bad I couldn't send you any pictures. I mean, I guess I could. We can get off here. Maybe I could send you a few pictures or videos or stuff. But I know you want to talk about Northern California, the redwoods. There's also the recent thermal footage I was talking about earlier. I got some thermal footage if you want to talk about that, but that's out of Southern California here. And is it a Bigfoot? We don't know, but I think it's pretty good footage. And the whole way that went down was pretty fascinating. Uh, there was mention of cults and a major accident before we got to the campground. We could talk about all this too if you'd like, and I could send you that footage. Um, Yay, yay, says OGG. Yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong, y'all. Come catch us later this morning. Yeah. Andy decodes. And Andy, please post. This Andy, we need to give Andy he probably doesn't even have a wrench. Let's give him a wrench right quick. Let's see if I could tap into the live here. Because my man should have a tool. Oh, yeah, I can't. You don't want to let me on there? Let's try through the studio. See if we could jump on to the live. Give me a second. We won't be on much longer here. Again, we're just hanging out, chopping it up right quick as we do. Well, the last stream was like 2.5 hours. Didn't feel like it. Come on now. Where are we? Yeah, it's not popping up here either. Well, I'll give you a wrench, but and I'll share your channel out too. I think I did last time we did our interview, Andy, so I'll let my peoples know about you and your channel. I'll do a little post also. And so I could send you that video, and then hopefully we could get you some. I mean, videos are posted. We could just go through my videos and select some and maybe check it out. Give the viewers a peek of the redwood forest and some of these areas we'll be talking about. And maybe I'll be able to pull up some of these videos and stuff from my side of things. I don't know. And I don't know if you know how to do the thing to where I could stream it on my channel and your channel. That'd be cool to figure out in the future. No pressure. But yeah, I want to start doing that with different interviews I do with different people. And also with I don't know if smaller channels could do that, but it'd be cool to do that with smaller channels to help them, grow their channels, their get their watch hours up and all that. I think that's a cool way to help our friends out. And yeah, so I'm excited now. We got something going tomorrow, later today. About to say tomorrow. Cool, cool, OGG. Yeah, so we'll just let's see. Anything else I want to share before we hop off here? Yeah, we're up in Yosemite. We could talk about Yosemite too, some experiences there. Crater Lake we've been checking out as well. And right now it's completely dark, but I like to still look at Crater Lake because you never know what you might see. And over at Crater Lake, they just do like pictures, still shots. Let's see here. Here we go. Oh, bummer. Lost the webcam. Let's see. There we go. Nope, that's not it either. Anyway, we've been pulling it up lately. Right now, you can't see much. It's completely dark. There's a view of, gives you an idea what Crater Lake looks like. There's Wizard Island in the middle. And very mysterious place. And sometimes even at night, when I zoom in on some of the pictures, you can't see anything. It's completely black, but these little what look like stars show up. But they seem at a pretty low level. So I'm wondering what those little lights could be. Kind of interesting. I don't think there's stars up in the sky. But anyway, we'll check that out some other time as well. Ooh, let's see. So I had a series of was looking into really quick. We'll get into this some other night later this week. But there's a whole bunch of cases I have here from Mount Tamalpais, which is a mountain in Marin County, I believe it is, right outside of San Francisco, that had a series of uh, bodies being found there. And like some, like I think these two might have been like not far apart, not within time. I'm talking time here. And there was maybe another. Oh, actually, this is Point Reyes. So Point Reyes is not far, also, and Point Reyes is a whole series very similar to the whole Mount Tamalpais. They call it Mount Tam for short. Um, so I was trying to see what similarities there were from the Point Reyes cases and the Mount Tam ones. And I have been through those areas as well. So some of the stuff I was kind of looking at, and I want to put something together. So there's several other articles that popped up with other cases. And so I'm just giving you a little insight on what I was looking at past couple nights. Let's see. So we'll get into that. Boom. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. Sounds like Star Fox wants to chop it up later this week, so we'll probably do an interview. And he likes to pre-record stuff, but I'm trying to get him to do some lives, and hopefully we could get that going. Again, thank you all for hanging out, and we'll see you in a few hours over at Alienate's channel. So cheers to Andy. Thank you for tapping in and giving me the update there. Got a new couple of orbs we sighted earlier today. Got a little clip of that, made them into a short video, so people check that out. And we'll hit our outro here. Let's see. Let's hide me.